President. Well, the nigga that's running, Trump. He got shot, dog. They shot him. This nigga done been shot. He done scammed people. And this nigga my uncle. Who the fuck? Who the hell? He's black. He's officially black now, bro. This is beautiful. They shot him. He was like, yeah, I'm having a fine. He was fine. He was doing like this and walked out with an American flag on him. Like this. He put one of these like, I'm a real nigga. Fuck, nigga, I'm out of here. That's hard, bro. I wasn't even finna vote. I'm voting now, dog. He got it. He won. I wasn't even finna vote. I had no skin in the game. I like, that nigga got shot. He won. Fuck the bullshit. He had real ops, nigga. What the fuck? Joe Biden's biggest op is the stairs. That's it. He had real ops. Somebody really tried to listen. That's how you know he a real nigga, bro. Joe Biden has been trying to kill himself his whole presidency. So nobody had to kill this nigga. Nobody had to try to kill this. Trump been just ready to go his whole time. And like, we gotta fucking off his ass. And missed.
Wow, what was that?
Welcome to another episode of the I Hate This Industry podcast. I am your humble and handsome host, Steven Almeida, and I'm with my good brother, the architect of the GOAT print, Darrell Reese Jr. What's good, bro?
Yes, indeed. What's good with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm chilling, alive, dodging bullets like the president.
That's crazy.
What's good with you, man? How you?
Man, I'm doing right, I know, just trying to get through this weather, man. It's going to be a little drizzle this week. Just trying to get through it. I'm doing all right.
Shit, it's bad out there?
Oh, it was thundering a little bit yesterday, and supposed to be drizzling today, so we'll see.
I like the rain, though, man. I like the rain. I just don't like when I'm trying to do things and the rain be interrupted. I want to talk about Trumpito getting shot, man. Getting shot at.
Who you say?
Trumpito. That's what I call him.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, man. This was a lot of things have happened between that moment and today.
Yeah, it definitely has.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It definitely has.
Crazy. I mean, yeah, I just it's crazy. I seen a news report today on my phone that the guy that shot at him, like he Googled like how far was Oswald from Kennedy. Like they went through his Google search and they found that out.
That's crazy. I think I was hosting family that morning. I think that was on a Saturday morning. I was hosting family when it happened, and I saw the news on my phone. And I was like, what? And I know a lot of people had this reaction, because my first initial reaction was, is it real? You know, and it's sad because we live in a where you know, that's the political climate with kind of everything. That's the climate of the media with everything, not just politics. But our first initial reaction is it real? Because you just think it's a setup or it's fake or, you know, just a government conspiracy. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy because I think 2 people died or 1 person died, something like that. But it was pretty intense. And then going forward, I had like conversations with people after that, right? And you know, you get that sentiment of people going, oh, you know, like you get that attitude of, oh, they should have shot him, or the things that he's been inciting, and his rhetoric has brought that upon himself and all of that. And then you get the people who go, that's crazy, you know, that's not supposed to happen in America. Then you have the people who just stir up conspiracies. So I had like every single one of those conversations after this happened. My take on it was simple. It was, there's no room for political violence in America. We can't champion it. We can't encourage it. We can't, you know, because that goes against everything that we kind of stand for. Like, we can't be killing presidents on camera and then treating it like it's regular. I think people are so desensitized in America that they saw that happen, and it was just like a regular news article to them, on regular news headline, where it's like, this is some serious shit. It shouldn't be taken lightly. And on top of that, whether you like him or not, you know, because if it was somebody up there that people liked, that you liked, and that happened to, you know, you have a mixed reaction to it. So it's like, there's no room for political violence here, because it just violates everything, and then we get lost, and people don't realize it brings in an opening for civil war, which is already conversations that have been had in recent times in this country.
Oh, yeah. I think people don't understand the ramification that president in this time, in this generation getting shot on camera. Like, of course, we had the situation with Kennedy. We had moments in the past that were captured, but we live in a social media society. And of course, when it happened, you go to Twitter and what you see, jokes. I ain't gonna lie, a few of them was funny.
Nah, they was so funny.
A few of them I did bookmark and still funny to this day. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, I don't think people understand like the seriousness behind it and what would happen after it. Like it would, like you said, it would be a civil war in this country. Like of course, like we haven't seen in this generation that happen, but we was so close. Like we was a head tilt. We was a head tilt close.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was just, that's the generation we live in as far as the social media aspect of it. Like we're so prone to not be in a serious society that when something like this does happen, we instantly go for the jokes. We instantly go to social media and joke at things like that. And of course, us being human, we're going to find some of it funny. Of course, that's given.
I mean,
that's given.
Funny. Some of it is funny.
Right. So yeah, we don't really understand the seriousness behind it and the impact that it would have on this country. Not even this country, but on the world. Like, we don't understand that. And I was listening to the Breakfast Club. I know Jess Hilarious, she stated when she first seen it, she thought it was fake. I think Charlamagne uttered that he knew it was real and things like that. And in my mind, I'm like, okay. I had a few question marks still to this day about it, but I don't think it was fake. But I do have like my own sentiments. I do have my own thoughts and question marks about the situation. I don't think it was fake by any means, though.
I don't think it was fake either. And yeah, our government is not above doing some shit like that. So I'm not saying it's not possible, but we shouldn't treat it like it was fake either. But what I found hilarious, again, they all moments shot are funny. They interviewed, I don't know if she interviewed or she just stepped out to make a statement as soon as possible, which was then she was the supervisor of the Secret Service. I think her name is Kimberly Chester.
I think the woman they just fired.
Yeah, she resigned. She didn't get fired. She resigned. Kimberly Chester, I believe she was the supervisor, she was the head person in charge of the Secret Service. And when the shooting happened, she came on to some news platform and they asked her, it's like, people are calling for you to resign, because of the lack of, I guess, urgency or lack of safety provided for Donald Trump. And she said she takes full responsibility and all of that, and that it does fall on her. And she says, I will not resign, right? She's like, I will not leave my position. I'm going to make things right, and we're going to move forward to it with everything. And then, like, I think a day or two ago, I see the headline that she resigned, and I was like,
regret to inform you that I have resigned from my position.
And I'm like, yo, this is entertainment. I get it, because it's like, what? It's not even crazy that she resigned. For me, the crazy part is her saying she wasn't gonna resign. That was the crazy part for me, because it's like, bitch, is you crazy? I mean, not bitch, but
bleep. Like, you know how bad I want us to incorporate bleeps in this podcast?
Yeah, no, we go through it. We gotta have some whiskey before I get on here and start talking crazy. Yeah. But I'm like, is you crazy, woman? Like, the former president just got shot at on national TV. You is fired, whether you want to resign or not. And I'm just like, so when she resigned, I'm like, yeah, no shit. The fuck? I'm not gonna resign. You gonna get fired. There's no way you don't lose your job. You failed at when you failed at the thing that your job is, you failed at it in the worst way. So, I mean, shout out to her, man. I hope she gets another job. But
not to shut up. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, man, fast forward. Like, we have seen the decline of President Biden over the years. Everybody have seen it. It's given. Like, we have seen the great dry up. We have seen it. And over the past few months, especially during the debate, and him, like, of course, he's an older guy. So he'll forget names and things like that. But over the years, we have seen a decline physically, mentally. We have seen it. And he announced recently that he's not running for re-election.
He's not running towards anything. He's crazy. He's not running for nothing.
He actually got a speech today. I think he got a speech today that I'm going to watch. No. But yeah, like, it was given. And like, I'm hearing, like, of course, this is, please don't get your news from me or us. But yeah, like, I thought I saw that it was donors that was like, hey, we're not going to continue to donate to this campaign until you like step down, down and we figure out what's next after that. Like, that's what I heard myself. So it was given. That situation was given, and him passing the baton, him endorsing Kamala, that was given as well. Because again, you have this person that has, I ain't gonna say been in your shadow, but you had this person that has a sense of excitement, a sense of urge, a sense of okay, if we back her, not only can we reach these demographics, we have someone that can go up against Trump and match his level. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this play out in the next few months. It's gonna be very interesting to see. Like, all I can say is just buckle up. Please buckle up.
It's gonna be Biden didn't even know he was president for all this damn time. This man just standing up at podiums and blubbering nonsense half the time. And I'm not a political guy anymore, so my political takes, take them with a grain of salt.
You know what I'm saying? I never was.
Yeah, so it's just this. Biden wasn't a good president, and I'm not even the biggest fan of Kamala, but anything is better than Biden, and that's sad to say. But Kamala gotta rev it up, man, and she really want the people behind her. I think we in a tough position as a nation and as a country, and I know there's people who just want to vote for preserving democracy. There's people who just don't like Trump, so they vote the other way, or you have it going the other way. There's people who gonna vote for Trump just because they like certain things he's saying. But we in a tough situation, very tough situation as a nation. I encourage everybody to go out there and vote, and know what you're voting for and why you're voting. It's important to know what's going on.
I mean, yeah. Well, what buddy said, can't think of his name, from the Onyx. Do the knowledge.
Do the knowledge, man.
Do the knowledge.
Yeah, so that was our political takes, because believe it or not, America is an industry.
Indeed it is. But yeah, man, what else you want to touch on next?
I want to get into something, man. I don't know. Have you been following what's been going on with Elliot Wilson?
I have seen the tweets. I seen the interview he did with Bag Fuel. I seen the clips, but yeah.
Yo, I was reading some of the comments, and yo, y'all gotta put some respect on Elliot Wilson's name. First off, I see some crazy comments, and I'm just like, it can't be people that really know this guy's catalog and what he's done for hip hop culture and journalism culture just in general. I seen some crazy disrespectful tweets about Elliot Wilson. So apparently, I didn't know this. Apparently, he was on DJ Axe platform and said something wild about Charlemagne. So I saw that. I don't know if that's how accurate that is.
This was a while back.
I just saw it today, so I can't even really, I didn't dive into it. But I know Charlemagne shot at him on the Brilliant Idiots for whatever reason. Charlemagne's perspective was certain legends should be left off lists, and this is referencing the Complex list that came out. They had Elliot at 5, I think Charlemagne at 4 or 3, something like that. And
yeah, I think he was at 4. Yeah, DJ Academic was 1, Joe Budden was 2, Castanet was 3.
Yeah.
Charlemagne
was 4. Elliot was 5. Yeah. And he said Elliot ain't deserve to be on there. Mind you, he is also saying, because Sway's on the list, there's a bunch of people on the list down the line. They're saying some people shouldn't be on the list because their legend status is secured. And get that. I could see that, because it's let's talk about new media. Like, I get that. Elliot responded to that, and I like Elliot's take. Elliot said,
he only said 2 words.
Yeah. He said, I'm outside, and I respect that. He said, what am I supposed to just sit in a corner? Like,
oh, you didn't see the tweet?
No, what was the tweet?
He said, F you.
Oh yeah, I saw all of that. Yeah, I'm talking about
that was really what just.
Yeah, he said it a few times. Yeah, he said it a few times. He was Charlemagne was out of there's clearly something there. But Elliot said, I'm outside. He said, am I supposed to just sit in a corner? Like, I want to compete. You know, he want to compete. He don't want to just be somebody that a has been or used to be, or, you know, you just look at his old work for who he was. He wants to compete today. He wants to play the game. That's what a legend is, you know, like great. That's what being great is. So I understand that. And I know he gets a lot of slack for coming at the new media guys and all that. He has a certain standard for what he feels media and journalism is. And Elliot competes in this new media terrain, he competes, whether people like him or not. And I mean, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So I love it, man. I love it. I think Elliot is on fire right now, man. That man deserves to be on the new media list and all these media personality lists. He's besides his legendary status, he's outside.
I mean, yeah, I definitely understand. I get that. Do you it's crazy as you can tell how fast media changes, because the Jay-Z Rap Radar interview wasn't even 10 years ago. It hasn't even been 10 years, I don't think.
Wow.
It came out around 444, and 444 came out like in 2017, I think.
Yeah, that's
so it
crazy.
hasn't even been 10 years since the interview, and then it maybe been 5 to 6 years since his Drake interview he dropped on the last day of the year or top of the month or something like that. So yeah, you can see how this new media climate has changed. And I was just looking at the list. I was like, okay, I see. It was a lot of, like, even putting Adam 22 at 22, like, there wasn't no point. Like, come on. So it was just like, I ain't gonna say it was just personal bias with it. Because, like.
Was Vlad on it?
Yeah, I think Vlad was in the teens, maybe.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah. So I think
Vlad should be top 10.
Yeah, I can see that.
If not top 5, see that. You know what I mean?
I can definitely see top 10. I can definitely see the top 10 aspect of it. And like I said, you can see how this new media landscape has changed and things like that. And I can definitely see like somebody like Kai being like number 1 next year or something like that. But back to the Elliot situation, it's definitely something personal with Charlamagne and Elliot. Because if you watch their Brilliant Idiots, it was like, he was just like, Elliot don't belong, on to the next one. He instantly went to the next person on the list, which I think was him. So he instantly went to the next person, then to Joe Budden, then Cassinet, and then DJ Academic. So he instantly just moved that off. And then he, Charlamagne threw some petty shots. Like he was just, I'm paraphrasing, but he was just like, I don't want to be that 50-year-old man that's complaining and moaning and doing this about not being on the list, not being this and that, and not being on this, things like that. So yeah, he threw some shots at him, and Elliot was right in how he responded to it and things like that. So yeah, Elliot, man, like I was first introduced to him, of course, when he did the Jay-Z interview, and then he did 2 Nipsey Hussle interviews. He did 3, but he did 2 Rap Radar interviews with Nipsey.
Yeah.
And things like that. So I was introduced to him around that time, 2017, 18, things like that. So yeah. And then with the legends aspect of it, I mean, yeah, I can see not putting the legends on there. But then what if you get a legend that got a big interview like a Jay-Z or Kendrick interview? Like what if Angie Martinez gets a Kendrick interview? Do we not put her on the list?
Yeah,
but I can understand both sides of not putting the Angies on there, not putting the big boys or Sway and things like that.
Yeah, I get it, because they solidified already.
Right. So y'all can understand that sentiment of not putting them on there.
I understand it. But you see, I'm from the YN era. You know, like I bought the Source magazines. Like I was a part of that culture of it. And Elliot Wilson was one of my favorite. That's the reason I love the Source. I knew who he was. Like I paid attention to him since then. And then Rap Radar was a huge blog site before it was even a podcast. You know, so it's like he laid a foundation for this thing. So you got to respect it. And if he outside competing, let him compete. Whatever going on with them is crazy. But I understand it's the new media game, man. Because that kind of takes Charlotte off of that list as well, really. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Charlotte's hip-hop, but he's not in the hip-hop spaces like that no more. Not like he used to be.
He's more like a Van Lathan.
Yeah.
He's like in the Van Lathan. Because I think even Charlamagne was saying Van Lathan shouldn't be
so low on the
hip-hop list or something like that.
Oh, yeah. He did say that. And this dude, too, I can't remember his name. The dude who he's like running, he was talking about him on the show. He's like running for some political office somewhere.
Jason Lee.
Like I never looked at Jason Lee as the hip hop guy. So that was crazy for him to even be on that shot.
Yeah, if anything, that's like pop culture.
That's pop culture. Like hip hop is a cultural thing, and we leave out the culture in so many aspects when we refer to hip hop. I think that's what Nyla was saying on the podcast. She's like, I need to know.
She was upset.
Yeah, she's like, I need to know, what is it y'all consider hip hop? What is hip hop? So I think we need that. We need that question answered. Like, what is hip hop? You know, I want to talk about before we get into like the technology topic, which is I think would have been perfect to follow up with from this conversation. I think I want to touch on the Proud to Pay method and like that marketing strategy. I don't want to attribute it. I don't want to say it's just Nipsey's strategy. It's a strategy that he made cool. You know, like direct to consumerism has always been a thing. And I forgot what book what book he got it from. Was inspired by a book where he read the marketing strategy. It just branded it a certain way, and it's been.
It might have been. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say Contagious might have been one.
Contagious. That's what it was. Yeah. It was from Contagious.
$100 Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah. Great book for anybody who hasn't read it. Go read it, man. If you're interested in business and marketing. Yeah. Definitely in the library. But that's it's a big part of Nipsey's legacy. And this marketing strategy kind of is what his career took an incline right around this time. And it was where he was selling his mixtape, right? It was a new mixtape he was putting out. And instead of selling it or giving it out for free on websites, instead of selling it for $5 or whatever it was, he sold each mixtape for $100, right?
Absolutely.
And I think, was that the one? That one didn't do so well, right? That one did okay, and then the next one did really good, right? Or was Crenshaw the one that did really, really well?
It was I'm not 100% sure on that, but it was the one that Jay-Z bought, I think. Jay-Z bought out of nowhere. He supported on that one. Yeah,
and it was word of mouth. You know, it was getting around that Nipsey was doing this, and one of the biggest artists that supported him was Jay, which gave him that cosign, and Jay bought 10, which was $1,000, right? $1,000. And you figure you make $1,000 off of 10 mixtapes, you know, that's a win. That strategy you set the price, you set the value of your product, and then you give it to the people, and you give people the option to, because what also Nipsey did was that he then released the music.
Right.
He then released it for free. So consumers still had the option to pay the $100 or just download it for free. And he had so many consumers and so many fans and so many customers who did buy it for $100, which proved this theory. You know, it was a proof of concept. And he like that just has evolved over the time. Sadly, he was taken away before I think we saw the real genius of it. I look at an artist like La Russell who does the same thing, and his strategy is so unique because what he went on to do with the Proud to Pay method was he lets you set the price of what you think the value of his product is. And you could buy it off. I think there's minimums for certain items because I think he has to cover a certain amount, but essentially you could get things for free. You just pay the mailing fee.
Yeah. And you can get equity in it too.
And you could get equity. He offers equity. So he took this marketing strategy and evolved it. And I know it's something that me and you have been talking about implicating for this next project, for this album. So yeah, man, talk to me about that. What inspires you about that Proud to Pay method?
I mean, it was just like for me in college, that's when I first heard about it. Like, I mean, he been did it, but that's when I was just studying up on it. Because when I was studying Nipsey back in college, and I was just looking at the entrepreneurial spirit and the hustle that he was doing. Like, it was the get it out the trunk method. It was passing around. Crenshaw was passing around. Slauson Ave was passing around LA and across the country. Like, it was that. So that what motivated me the most in that aspect. Because I always been come to my website. Let me give you an experience. Let me give you this type of product that you're going to leave with some type of personal connection with what we're building. Like, I always been that. And then just him birthing that and just motivating me through that aspect, I was just like, man, I gotta develop my own. I gotta be able to be some sort of innovative in my own approach and what I want to do similar to the Proud to Pay method. And of course, like me and you, we're currently trying to bounce ideas off each other and trying to figure out how we can implement that into this album. So yeah, man, it was definitely something that I'm gonna forever be motivated by. But then it's this one guy. I can't remember how they met. Nipsey specified it in the interview, but it was Idris. Idris was the guy that integrated the technology aspect into the Marathon store. And he's the guy that owns Spatial Labs, which Jay-Z has invested in. So he's a guy that that knows Nipsey, that knew Nipsey, and helped him integrating certain wearable music throughout his clothing in his store, where you could come in, scan a wall, it'll send you to the website, and it'll give you this experience like, okay, you can pay this, you can get this type of product through our clothing. And they integrated QR codes, they integrated so many things. And you can see the foundation that was built and the foundation that was laid within that process. And of course, Nipsey was sadly taken away from us. And you can only just imagine what could have been.
Yeah.
Like, I think about that all the time, like what could have been. Like he was working on an album around that time, 2019. He was working on this project that he was gonna give to us. And I just all the time I think about what could have been, but I also look at what he gave us. So I look at what he gave us within the music, within the experience, within the Proud to Pay method. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing to witness. It's a beautiful thing to just study on. Of course, it's on YouTube. And just doing your research on it, because the ultimate goal with this music thing, as far as giving it to the public, we want to be able to create an experience around it. Like I always say, me personally, I'm not in a position of going backwards. I'm not in a position of, hey, my music is out now, go get it on Spotify. Nah, I can't let you walk away like that. I can't allow myself to just do that. So we're going to incorporate this type of content. We're going to give you 10 different pieces of content with one record. We're going to give you an experience. We're going to give you a detailed website with a description, with merch, with certain things that we hope to leave you. We hope that you leave this moment feeling a sense of connectivity towards what we're building. And with Lil Russell, like, man, me and Zevin were talking about this approach a while back with what Lil Russell was doing, and he's giving you a concert in his backyard. He's giving you an experience within the people in the Bay Area. Like, he's giving it, and you see him post every day on all these platforms and things like that. And I tip my hat off to him and his team, because
they're beasts, man.
Right, like what he's doing, and you look at the team around him, his videographer, his editor, his people that help him with the events, the flyers, and things like that. It's a collective. They came together on one accord, and they are currently changing the landscape of how we experience music. So yeah, man, that's a beautiful thing to see, and I hope to just take an innovative approach to what we're building with this project, with this album, with this experience, and everything after. Because though he give you a lot of music, but he also give you an experience within it, and he does it the right way. And if you go to his website, I think it's Good Company. If you go to his website, like you talked about earlier, you can see the experience. You can see, okay, I have set the price for this. Like, you value and you tell me how much you think it's worth, and you support the music, you support the movement and what we're doing. And like I said, man, just a beautiful thing. And him just also giving away equity in the music. Like, I always thought, like, I was just like, man, like, how does that work? Like, how does that, I still don't know to this day. I keep doing my research on it. But I was like, man, how does that work? How does that work on the back end as far as the percentage and things like that? So yeah, man, he definitely somebody I want to interview one day. He definitely somebody I want to meet just to pick his brain.
Yeah, I think with the equity in the record thing, I believe they just get a percentage of whatever it may be, royalties from streaming, or, you know, because it's also about what the agreement would be. Is it a percentage of the masters? Is it a percentage of streaming? Because I think what he was doing was a percentage of streaming. Either way,
that makes the most sense.
Yeah, it's just genius marketing, because it gets your consumers and your fans involved in your product, in your creation, in your career, and they get a piece of it as well. So it's an investment as well. So now the more they support you, the more money, the more the music makes on the streaming platforms, and the more you make, and the more the artist that you're a fan of makes. So now you're investing into this artist, which is, it's just genius. I love that. When I saw him doing that, I loved that. And I watched a lot of major companies steal this idea. Like, I saw it happen, you know. He was one of the first people with it, and then I seen it evolve, and as it should. He also does something, it's dope, because it was something I was implicating with Autumn House, and I just never really now I'm revamping it and introducing it another way. Originally, when I had created the incubator program with Autumn House, it was so that artists could make pitches on the website, and then we would decide if we wanted to take the project on or if we didn't. He did that as well, kind of in a sense of for you to be featured on his platform, whether it was the ciphers or the freestyles he was having or to perform at the Peninsula, you would have to kind of write like this pitch. And I thought it was just so dope. And then you then go on to see the footage of those people that would get selected on his platform performing in the Peninsula, which is his backyard, and you see them on the cipher content that he puts on, that freestyle content or that performance content. So it's just dope to see somebody take that strategy and just evolve it and push it so much further. And that's the thing with not just the strategies, the technology. Because that involves the usage of new technology, of even creating new technology, which I love seeing hip hop in that space where they're not just utilizing new platforms and new tech that's out there, they're also creating it. Nipsey was on it too. What was it? He met that he did a whole speech, a whole conversation piece on it. I think it was during the interview where he mentioned the dude that he ran into in Starbucks that he saw working on some tech or some AI tech or VR tech, right?
That's what I was just talking about.
Oh, that's the dude you was talking about?
Yeah, that's Idris.
Yeah, Idris. Okay, yeah. Well, that specific moment.
Yeah,
where
I couldn't remember where they met, but it was a Starbucks. Yeah, that was Idris.
Yeah,
on Spatial Lab.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah, you did mention. Yeah, but the way he met him, was the fact that he saw somebody working on some new tech, and he was so interested in it that he had to ask him, and yeah, that guy ended up designing everything that was in the store. And we in this space of culture, of hip hop culture and culture in general, where new tech is evolving every day, or there's new tech coming out every day. Old tech is evolving, and it's just utilizing all those new and different ways to create product and go market product or be a part of this new tech revolution that's happening.
I mean, yeah, like we can go into the next topic, like talking about the AI situation and technology, like.
Yeah.
Like the emergence of technology is moving fast. It's moving fast. And just a few years ago, we were talking about NFTs. Ain't nobody talking about NFTs like that no more.
Yeah.
Like that was, because I remember, it's crazy. I remember working on this album and I still got it in some of my older notes talking about like releasing NFTs like through this album.
Yeah.
And that's a thing of the past. And like almost like still certain levels of that around. But it's kind of a thing of the past now.
I mean, NFTs, I think, is dead.
Yeah, it's all. Like I think I've seen something recently about it, but that was just something in the wind.
It wasn't enough, and enough impact wasn't made, and it kind of ended up being like a small bubble. And it's like you get in, you make your money, you get out. It would have been interesting for it to see it more play out, like culturally, and see what it did. But I think it was, you know what, something I think that killed it was that the people who couldn't figure it out kept dismissing it and calling it a scam and all that. That just wasn't good for it as a idea. And NFTs are still out there. People still trade them and buy them and sell them. There's still a market. And honestly, they're going to come back. I think they're dead in the cultural sense for like hip hop. You know what I mean? Right. I think that's dead and gone. I think it'll be relevant in the future with the metaverse and AI and VR and everything that's being created for that that landscape of media and of content and entertainment. And so NFTs will definitely be something that exists in that world. They have to be, you know? And it's a long term, you know? Maybe it's not relevant now or as cool as it was or popular, but maybe it comes back, you know, in a few years and blows up again.
Yeah. Ain't no telling what it definitely could, man.
But NFTs is just another Bitcoin thing. It's just another digital asset. So it's tons of that. But the way the tech is now is AI is scary, man. And not just because people think that robots are going to take over. You know what I mean? Like, I think AI is scary in the sense that if you don't know how to use it, program it, create it, utilize it, you're going to be dry out here because everybody wants that. Everybody's using it. That's how content is being created now. I just recently was looking on at a few jobs in the media, category, right? In the market that I'm in the area that I'm in, I was looking at media gigs, and every single one of them asked if you knew how to use AI and which AI platforms and applications have you used and how experienced are you in them. So it's a thing, guys. It's already happening. You won't be, if you're a media creator, and these are local gigs. This isn't like corporate gigs. These are local gigs asking this. This is like, like small. If that's what's happening on the local end, corporate, it's definitely going to be a requirement.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to get up on it. Everything is done by AI now. Legit. Everything is done by AI.
Oh, yeah. I was watching a show called Owning Manhattan, and they was it's more centered around real estate.
I've seen that.
But yeah, man, it's a great show.
It's a good show?
Great show. But yeah, man, I was watching that, and they was just talking about like a real estate job, like an assistant job that they was talking about. And it was basically your job is to like integrate AI within what we're doing. Like you have this AI platform that you have like ChatGPT or like OpenAI and all these other platforms in that ecosystem. We need someone to do it. We need someone to run it as far as create the prompt, and then initiate it within our marketing, initiate it within our listing, and find clients and things like that. And so, yeah, man, I mean, the two AI tools that I have only used for myself is, of course, ChatGPT and generated fill on Adobe Photoshop. Like those two that I've used. And it's another one that a lot of creators that I follow use with Artlist AI. I mean, Artlist IO. And they do it through voiceover and things like that. So I can definitely see that field. Like, I mean, it's a lot. It's hundreds of jobs, hundreds of fields that will be filled with AI, like especially voiceover and things like that. So yeah, man, the emergence of AI is here. Like we are in this climate, and we're gonna see it a lot during this election cycle and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you in this space, just media in like technology or music and things like that, entertainment, if you in this space, you have to find a way to integrate AI in what you're doing, because your competition is. And not even 100%. Your competition, people that you know and people that you idolize, people that you follow, they are using it. No matter how small the company of the AI is, no matter what they're doing, they're implementing some type of AI within their company. And again, like within Goldprint, I use AI within the things that I build and things that I do. And I use ChatGPT every day. So yeah, it's just going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to just utilize things within my company to better build with what I'm doing.
I agree. Once something becomes the industry standard, it's basically a need, a necessity to the industry that you're in and what you create. I use it just like you. I use it every day. Use it in everything I've created in the past 2-3 years. I've used AI. I've used different apps and platforms. I use ChatGPT, of course, OpenAI. They're badass. All the integrations of all the other AI platforms and apps that they've partnered with or are working with is just genius, and they're just starting, right? And that's basic. I can't think of the name. I've used the Adobe one as well. I used, not Java, is it some other one? Oh, I also used some video. I hate that I can't shout them out because I can't remember the names, but I've made music videos, short 1-minute clips, generated by AI as well. So I've seen what it does. And that was me watching the landscape, to be honest. That was me watching other artists and all that, making like these AI videos and going, damn, that's okay. I see what they're doing. That's kind of what's in now. And I want to dip my toes in and see if I could do it, at least on a basic level. And and I was able to. And that's just, like I said, that's just basic. That's content creating at a basic level now is very AI generated. So is the automation of how people post and things they create, captions, like copywriting as a profession is dead. Like it's not necessary. You don't need it anymore. You don't need a person to copyright. If you know how to use ChatGPT, you're a copyright. You know what I mean? Like we're getting at that. I've done cover arts generated with prompts. Like it's in the entertainment industry, it is so helpful. But I see why it's scary for people.
Let's talk about that part, because I know I'm very curious of how AI is going to be integrated in music.
It's already integrated, man.
I mean, yeah, it is. Me personally, you mentioned the cover art thing. I wouldn't do it, but I want to so bad because I know, like, it's crazy. It's crazy because, like, I know the cover art ideas that I have, and I know it'll be easily done through AI, things like that. But like, maybe I'm just old fashioned in it and think like with that. But I'm also curious with the mixing aspect, the mastering aspect, and of that in music, as well as getting something as simple as like a choir, getting something as simple as a voiceover to narrate the album and things like that. Like, there's authenticity in that, but I'm very curious of people doing that. Like,
I've done it all. I've done it all, bro. I've done AI cover art. I've done AI mixing. I know Beagle uses AI for mixing at Be Free Studios. I've mixed with AI. Everything I've done recently has some form of AI in it. From the mixing to the master, I've mastered with AI. I've been mastering with AI for before it was like a thing. What is it? Landscape might have been the company that was one of the first people who were public with AI mastering, and I was using them back when I was working on Elijah Rhodes music, and those were coming out great, because we had good mixing. So the AI mastering, which was in its early stages, it did exactly what we needed it to do. So I've seen it. I got AI singles. I got 5 AI singles that I've written and plugged into AI song making machines to generate melodies and voices and all that. And they gonna come out. They gonna be they coming out. Yeah, I got some because I'm testing the waters like that too. I got 5 of them. I got 5 of them. A small EP. They're gonna be the first Autumn House AI compilation project. You know what I mean? Like, I've already I did this. So it's like, I'm telling you, it's fun. It's fun, but it's also what we're gonna take, because I'm interested to see how those records do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they're fire. They're fire. It took ideas and things that my writing to a new level, as far as me having concepts, writing down like lyrics, first verse, and then having AI assist in the production of it all. It's very interesting, man. And y'all see when I start rolling that out, because I'm not hiding it either, because my thing with it is this is gonna be an AI compilation project, But yeah, it's here. It's in the music industry. I think I think what's scary is when people start losing work and jobs. That's when I think it becomes something that's very dangerous, and it's already happening. So it's sad. And when it goes into the film industry and all of that, I know that's been a fight for those guys out there, the Actors Guild and all that, because it is when technology that kind of does what writers do, is able to kind of build ideas and concepts and thread things along a lot quicker, a lot more efficient, maybe not as unique as somebody's actual thoughts and ideas, but something that comes close that you can mold. It takes away a lot of work from the people who do that. And even actors and voiceover, like you said, like it's something that changes every day and evolves and grows every day. And you got to get with it, man. If you in this industry, you better learn this shit, man, as it's going.
Yeah, got to, man. Got to. Like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take away a lot of jobs. It's gonna build a lot of jobs. It's gonna bring in revenue to these industries that we have never seen before. So we just gotta get with it, man. Can't get left behind. Just gotta get with it. It's as simple as that.
You mentioned earlier creating multiple pieces of content for one product, or I'm not sure you mentioned.
I'll touch on this for like a quick second. But yeah, man, I talked about this before. Like a lot of people, and even publicly, like when you releasing something, as far as, let's keep it within music. If you are releasing a single, let's keep it on one record. If you are releasing a single and you have mix, you have the art cover, you have things like that, there's so many pieces of content that you can release before this single even release. And especially, I'm going to keep it on a local tip. Especially on a local tip, I see a lot of people with no sense of marketing direction, like just direction, marketing direction, lack of knowledge in this field as far as the proper way. I see a lot of people, especially on a local tip, that don't have a sense of direction when it comes to marketing, how to work this record, how to reach out, how to do this and that. Of course, I don't know what you're doing behind the scenes and things like that, but I only see what you put out. But what you put out can sometimes tell like, okay, lack this knowledge or this or things like that. So I always say like seeking knowledge is free. ChatGPT is free.
Yeah.
Google is free. YouTube is free. TikTok is free. Like things like that is free. Creating, like we're talking about the record aspect of it, creating so many pieces of content around this record before it even releases can go from BTS, can go from something you did with the cover art, you can show people how you made this record. You can do some type of sit down interview. You can do a sneak peek of the record. You can do like a private group chat or things like that and send people this record. And then when the record finally out, you can create a lyric breakdown to the record. You can release more interview clips of you talking about the record and just get going in detail of what these lyrics mean to you. Like you can do a 10-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute interview, and that can be 10 pieces of content within that interview on top of the other pieces of content that you do from the lyric video, the BTS, the how you shot the cover art, and what the cover art means to you. You can do a sit down with the producer. You can do a sit down with the engineer, and you can do something with the people that was along this journey with you with this record. Because I see people all the time do this music stuff by themselves, and they'll put it on social media, they'll put it on streaming servers and say out now, and expect people to gravitate to it. Like, that ain't how, that like you just a tree fall in the middle of the forest. Like, what we doing? So you have to create some type of marketing strategy behind your music, your single, your EP, your album to gravitate people towards what you're building. Because even what I'm doing, like I haven't been the most successful at this music stuff and things like that, but I also have some knowledge and some tools to see what, not necessarily what works, but some level of action has been done on my part to see like, okay, we can do this, we can create this content. Because me, if you see me release any type of records or collaborate with an artist, you're not going to see just that record and things like that. You're going to see multiple videos, you're going to see an article, you're going to see so many levels of content behind this one piece of art, And I see people all the time, like on a local tip, just drop the music, don't go back to it, then drop more music, drop this and things like that. It's like, man, like at this point, is it a hobby or is it a career? And once you define that, then that's how you move. If you say it's a hobby, then okay, we ain't like understand. I understand. But if you tell me that you want to do this as a career, then you have to move like it. That's why I be so like strategic and I be so detailed and about who I work with within my company. Cause like, for one, if I see potential, I see this and that. Of course you have the talent. Okay, that's step one. But that also doesn't really matter in this climate for real. Because a lot of people have talent. Their work ethic means everything. So creating an experience around your music, as we mentioned with La Russell, as we mentioned with Nipsey and all artists before them, like creating an experience around the music that's going to live forever, man. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it bothers me when I see people create this record and sometimes it be decent. And I'll be like, okay, you could have did a lot behind this, and all you have to do is just hit me up and I give you, I mean, that's just the end of the day, like, all you have to do is hit me up and be like, hey, what can you help me with that I lack? Like, what do you see that I lack? And things like that. We can work out something within Goldprint that we can come together and release this product. I promise you it's going to be way more far advanced than what you're doing. And
they don't want to pay. The thing is, everybody hit you up when it's free. Everybody hit you up. Everybody want to work when it's free. Everybody want what you got when it's free. When you start putting the price tag on it, when you start putting the actual value on it, that's when people don't want to work and get it. Because when you're working with amateur artists who haven't taken that step into professionalism, they're working with a different level of budget. Every artist is working with a budget. When you independent, when you're on the come up, when you're on the grind, when you self-funded, you trying to save $1 in every way that you can. And I understand that. And I get that. At some point, if you don't take the investment in your career and your craft and the thing that you're creating seriously, who else is going to? And not even because there's companies that exist like GoPrint Media. There's companies like my company. And I know a few other companies that work with artists. Like, they work with your budget. They work with what you got going on because they know the grind and they know the struggle. So I've done video shoots for $200, $300. I've done entire media packages, EPKs for free, damn near, pretty much for free as add-ons to things. You know what I mean? Because I understand that it's difficult for artists. The moment it changes is when the value on my end increases, the value on the customer's end doesn't increase, and we can't even do business. Never mind if I care about the project, because that's something else. That's an emotional investment. You gotta, as a client, if you come into somebody seeking their services, gotta be willing to pay. And if you just put out low quality stuff, then that's cool. That shit. But that's not. It's not for me to tell somebody that. I tell you, I got consultation prices too. You ain't got to pay for the service. You could pay for consultation, go get the service from somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, you could just pay me for consultation, and I tell you what I believe is wrong, or not wrong, what I believe you can improve at. That's coming from experience and from a qualified source. So, and a professional source. So it's like, I'll give you the information at a price, of course, because it's hard to give things away for free today, at a price, and maybe you go and work out the best deal with somebody else, if that's what it costs, but that's what it takes. A lot of amateur acts, amateur businesses, all that, why they lack, what separates them from the professional side of things is usually that jump into professionalism, because it takes more of an investment. It takes more effort and more work. And sometimes you just smooth sailing that amateur. And I see it all the time. So I'm not even, my thing is, when I go to work with artists, and I've done it a couple times. I worked with an independent media. I won't say the name, but I worked with an independent media company one time, and what they were paying me was nothing compared to what I was. On top of that, they wanted me to use all my equipment and do the editing. For what they were paying it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. And I did it still because it was a connection through somebody I hold in high regard. And that person was a part of the situation too. So out of my love and respect for that person. But if we're talking about what should be offered to a business or a creator, what they were asking for and paying at the rate that they were paying, it just didn't make sense. And as a media company, you should know that, or choose a better way to employ your company or collaborate. And that's the thing with collaboration. I love collaborating, but a lot of y'all use that as a way to get out of paying. Like, you want to collab, want to collab, but if you're not going to work as hard as I'm going to work, it's not a collaboration.
Absolutely.
So, it's a lot.
End of the day, man, it's all about seeking knowledge. Like, I promise you, like I say all the time about these free platforms, even platforms that cost, but it's all about just seeking the knowledge, man. Like, and it's like, that's why, again, like, I want to be on some save the world shit, but like,
now we going to start, I hate this industry, consultation firm. We going to start charging. It's like, man, the Patreon going to be consultation, man. That's really what we should do. It should be consultation. It's give some in-depth advice and knowledge and game on what individual could really do for themselves, because we could give general knowledge all day long. It take people to go and seek it. Look at this. We started this podcast one way, and as soon as we was like, okay, we got to upgrade the quality, we got to do this, we got to do that, we went and sought the knowledge. We went and figured out which platform was best for us, what worked best, what provided the best quality. Oh, we got to pay for it. All right, we'll put up some money and pay for it, because we're paying for the quality. What we want is what we want. And if we got to invest in that, then we got to invest in that and create a better product, create something that we feel good about putting out as creators. So we're not above it. We say it because we do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We say it because we do it. The podcast started one way, and it's going to keep evolving and getting better. So you have to, and I don't understand if you don't. And today, there's something for everything. There's an app for everything. There's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, if you're creating content, buy a good camera. Like, get a good phone. Get a phone.
That's all you need.
You know what I mean? Get a good phone with a great camera, so you ain't got to buy an extra camera and just use that. There's so many, and that's just simple shit. That's why what we saying earlier with technology, there's so much tech that's available to y'all, civilians and creators, right? If you a civilian, there's so much tech for your everyday life that makes your life easier. If you're creative, there's so much tech out there that helps with your creativity. You're a businessman, so much tech out there that help amplify your business and help you build your business up. So you have to take advantage of that. And it's sad when people don't, but I don't care, because they're not paying me. Pay me for my consultation.
I mean, that's why I don't really jump into certain things.
Yeah,
That's
I'm over that. I'm over the free game. This podcast exists for free game.
All right, we gave it to you for free. So like,
yeah. If you want in-depth shit.
But yeah, that's why I don't really jump into certain production, to certain things. I like to reevaluate. I like to just sit back and just watch and see what's going on. And like that demand better for yourself topic I got. Like, I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but like I like to sit back, reevaluate what's going on. So it was a situation to where I see what they have, I see what's going on. I'm like, okay, this gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It does not matter what type of equipment you have. None of that matters. The only thing, the most important thing that matters is the person behind the camera, the person that's orchestrating, person that's doing these things. Like that's what matters. Like, you can have a low quality brain with a high production, and the whole production is just gonna be shit. So like,
very true.
Like I said, I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but I was just like, it was a situation where I had to hold my tongue because like I was there at that moment. Like I was there before, but that was like 2018. So I was just like, certain things I just gotta hold my tongue on, and I was just watching the film. It was a local film, and like I said, when I wrote down this topic, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to hold my tongue with it. And it was just like that 6th level of knowledge that can be sought, that you can seek out, that enhance what you're doing. Like as far as certain people to watch on YouTube, 3 people to watch on YouTube, and 3 films to watch.
Yo, you got the you got the most passive way of talking shit. Because what you're really saying is this person. You're really saying they ain't shit. You say, yo, you got nice equipment. It looks good. You might have decent quality, but you not a visionary. I'm
really, gonna hold my tongue, bro. I ain't
you
gonna
really
say too much.
the pilot is drunk on the plane. Is what you're saying.
All I'm gonna say is seek the knowledge and demand better for yourself. Seek the knowledge and demand better for yourself. Seek the knowledge and demand better for yourself. Go watch. Like, if you're a person of my skin tone, you're a black person, you don't have to go watch these Tubi movies. You don't have to go watch these movies that are low quality. You don't have to watch them and say, I'm gonna do something like that. I'm gonna mimic it. Nah, step out your comfort zone. Go watch a Spielberg. Go watch Oppenheimer. Go watch Doom. Go watch The Batman. Go watch a James Gunn film. Go watch. Go back and watch these movies and study them. If you want to keep it in your realm, go watch The Shy. Go watch how Lena Waithe, watch her visionary being put on the screen, how to direct the photography, watch how they color grade, watch how they edit. Like, just listen to the sound, listen to what's being displayed on camera. Write down what you see and watch it over and over and over again. Go to Shot Deck. Go to shotdeck.com. Go find a movie that's on the website, and go find a movie that's on this website and look at the camera that was used, look at the lens that was used, but look who did it, and go search
and then look in the mirror and go, that's not me. That is not you.
Study that. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself with this next film, by the way. With the foundation, I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. Like, this shit has to be great. Like, this shit has to be of something.
You can't tell somebody stop watching Tubi. Stop watching Tubi. Stop watching Tubi. Go watch. Go watch.
Demand better for yourself. Again, all you got to do, I promise you, if you go watch Oppenheimer and Doom,
watch better YouTube videos. You're watching the wrong YouTube videos.
Go watch Danny Gewirtz on YouTube. He just released a movie called I Think I'm Sick. Go watch Doom 1, Doom 2. I still gotta watch Doom 2.
Doom 2 is fire.
Oppenheimer. Look at the stillness. Look at the brilliance behind Christopher Nolan's projects. Go study it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's white. It doesn't matter if he's black. It doesn't matter. Like, go look at the vision that he's displayed on. Of course, we don't have an Arri Alexa camera. We don't have an Arri Alexa Mini. We don't have these lights. We don't have 20 people on set. We don't have this. But we got this. We got our brain. We got that. We got YouTube. We got things like that to go seek the knowledge and take months, take a year if you have to, and apply that into what you're doing. It's taken me 3 to 4 years to even turn on the camera to film my film. I wanted to last year. I wanted to film this film a year before then, but I was not ready. The more knowledge I speak, the more knowledge I saw, and the more knowledge I gained, that was me kept telling myself, damn, you are not ready. You are not ready. Of course, you have to jump out and swim. You have to go jump out and get the experience. But I promise you, seeking the knowledge will help you so much. Because again, if you're putting out a full body of work as far as a short film, a feature film, or a full movie, that is your portfolio. It's out there. That is where people are going to see you as. So when you get ready to do your next one, they're going to say, what have you done lately? And they're going to look back at that. And the only thing that you can do is continue to trend up. But damn, bro, I be seeing so many people go backward. And I just look at it and I just like, how can I apply that to myself? Like, okay, I see their sound is not of quality. How can I apply that to my film to where my sound is better? My sound is good. My sound is some type of standard to where, okay, we can do something with this film. Because I say all the time, enhance the quality with each release. Me personally, I am not, even the people around me, we are not in a position to go backwards. So each release, we're going to continue to go up. We're going to continue to go up. So again, go study someone out your stratosphere. Don't like study Lena Waithe, study Christopher Nolan. Those are two different directors. One's black, one's white. They both do two different types of films. So if you want to go to the Lena Waithe circuit, that's perfectly fine. If you want to go to the Christopher Nolan circuit, that's perfectly fine. But study the smallest details of their film, their sound, their camera angles, their composure, and things like that. Bro, I am putting a lot of pressure on what the fuck I got coming next.
Talking shit, man, but you outside. I'm outside.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready to embrace that. I'm ready to get this film situated to where I'm proud of it. Because that's the only way it's going to come out. I'm truly, truly proud of it. Again, the stuff that I'm talking about, like this, it takes years of studying. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I'm not even close. I'm gonna mess up along the way, but it's about what you do next. Once you get knocked down, it's about how many times you're gonna get back up, and it's about what you do when you get back up. Yep. So yeah, man,
it's a fact.
Just demand better for yourself. That's what I got, man. Just seek the
shut up and work, man. Shut up and work is what he's telling y'all. Shut the fuck up and get the work, man. A lot of y'all talk crazy and ain't doing the work. Y'all watching Tubi films and trying to y'all look nasty out here. I don't know who you talking to, but if your film look like a Tubi film and that you intentionally created that way, loser. Let's create better product, man. Let's stop being trash, yo.
Oh yeah, man.
I can't talk shit because if I like putting out shitty things. Nah, you know what it is? I'm like from the Wu-Tang era, so I like that dingy and gringy style of like art. So it's like I don't mind my shit being a little.
I mean, there's a level of like
griminess,
not knowledge to that, but there's a level of that's something of substance.
That's style. It's more style.
Yeah,
style.
Like there's a style to that.
Yeah,
there's a style to that. Like, don't go saying your record is a classic. Oh, let me stop.
Shut up and work. Watch the proper.
You ready to get into this game, man? You ready to get into this game?
Yeah, let's do it. This is a difficult game, man.
I already got my albums out. You got yours?
Yeah. No, I got a list. I got a list to pick from. You want to read the rules and all that?
Yeah. So we're gonna incorporate a new game within this. We're gonna incorporate a game within this podcast, just something to have fun with. So we're doing 5 hip hop album draft game. So within that, each player drafts their ultimate team of 5 hip hop albums. The goal is to create the best, most well-rounded collection based on different criteria, such as impact, lyrics, production, and influence. So this is it can kind of be like a personal situation. It doesn't have to be like, okay, this is the greatest album of all time and to the public eyes. But yeah, man, so we can do rock, paper, scissors or something. So where we decide who go first, and you will pick, let's say you go first, and you would say, this is my number one.
All right, but what's our criteria though? We gotta let people know what our criteria is for the album. I mentioned it.
Yeah, impact on hip hop culture, lyricism. Well, I ain't go this deep into it. Impact on hip hop culture, lyricism, production quality, commercial success, critically acclaimed, and personal influence. Yes, Victory Lap is my number one.
Okay, so that's off of my list.
So it's one for me. Then
wait, that's your number one draft, or we not arranging them in order yet? So that would be considered your number one pick.
Yeah, that's my number one pick in the draft.
All right, so my number one pick is got to be the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Okay. My second pick, The Blueprint by Jay-Z.
My second pick is gonna be Reasonable Doubt.
You take that off my list. Crazy. All right, your second pick is Reasonable Doubt. My third pick is All Eyes on Me by Tupac.
Oh, shit. Okay. Damn. It's off my list now. So my third pick, this is where it starts to get. My third pick is going to be, this is a difficult one. All right. My third pick is going to be Speaker Box and The Love Below by Outkast.
Okay. My fourth pick is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye.
Damn. Okay. My fourth pick is going to be 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang.
Damn, I got one more pick and I got a lot of shit on my list.
Yeah, me too.
Damn. My fifth pick is Graduation by Kanye.
Nice. Yeah, this one's tough, but I'm gonna go for something super impactful. So my fifth pick is gonna be Ready to Die, Biggie.
My Biggie. Okay. So yeah. So I had, for my top five, I had Victory Lap by Nipsey, The Blueprint by Jay-Z, All Eyes on Me by Tupac, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye, and Graduation by Kanye.
What did you say after All Eyes on Me?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
And then your last pick was?
Graduation by Kanye.
Oh, 2 Kanye albums on there, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So my first pick was The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. My second pick was Reasonable Doubt. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill. My second pick was Reasonable Doubt by Jay-Z. My third pick was Speaker Box and the Love Below by Outkast. My fourth pick was 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang. And my fifth pick was Ready to Die by Biggie.
Okay. Now my honorable mentions was College Dropout.
Yeah.
Reasonable Doubt. You said that. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
Donda by Kanye.
Oh, wow, okay.
I love that album. Take Care by Drake. Nothing Was the Same by Drake. And 2014 Forest Hill Drive, as well as Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay. My honorable mentions were the Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem, Swimming by Mac Miller, College Dropout by Kanye, Aquemini by Outkast, Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent, The Documentary by Game, Kiss of Death by Jadakiss, Only Built for Cuban Links by Ghostface and Raekwon, Me Against the World, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, Tupac, Victory Lap, Nipsey, and To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So yeah, I think the next one we can do is like our top albums from like certain eras, certain generation, like 20s and 2000s. I think that'll help too.
Yeah, that'll be dope. I like this, man. I like this. So we're gonna have the people. We're gonna have the people.
Oh, yeah, like we'll just post a clip and let the people. We'll do a poll and we'll let them decide. But what's left, man? I ain't really hear the Eminem album. Really don't have a really opinion on it.
I'll give the opinion. I'll give it. So the tunes of the week: Eminem, The Death of Slim Shady. I'm a big time Eminem fan. I fell in love with hip hop because of Eminem. That was the first rapper I really listened to. First rapper who made me want to rap. Who like inspired me to make music, inspired me to write. So I'm a big Eminem fan, even though I don't tune into everything he did. After you reach a certain age, sometimes you just age out a certain demographic. That's kind of what happened with me and Eminem. But his last few albums I have been tapped into and I've loved them. What I think is Music to Be Murdered By, that was really good. I think Kamikaze was really good. And this new album, The Death of Slim Shady, is really good. It has a feel of the Slim Shady era of the Eminem brand. It shows like the persona that got him popular and popping and the style of music that was. A lot of that was on this album, which I thought was dope. It was a conceptual album. If played from top to bottom, you kind of see the storyline. It was very engaging. Like it was very interactive. As far as from the first track to the last track, you kind of get lost in the whole feeling of it, which makes it such an easy listen. But I thought it was really dope. He leaned a lot on anti-cancel culture, which I thought was really dope. And I like Eminem back on his shit, poking fun at the public, poking fun at society, being that menace. But this time around is having a conscience about it and he has some really cool songs, some really dope, challenging takes on society, even though it's done in a comedic way. I think it's dope. That's what I love Slim Shady for. So I got that. And then he has some real dope, introspective, sentimental records. The joint with Jelly Roll was really dope. The one Temporary, which was like a letter to his daughters. So I thought it was overall a really good album, really great project for a legend, and being able to reintroduce that character to the public in a time when a lot of people don't like Eminem because he's just become so big, and the music he was putting out as not recent really, but there was that narrative of like he's just does too much of the lyrical miracle stuff. He's just too rapidy. He's a white dude in a black man's culture. Like there's so many narratives that have come up about M recently that I thought this was a great project to cut through all of that, to be like, yo, this is why he's revered as one of the greats. And for those who don't think so, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Eminem is arguably the greatest rapper that's ever. He's in that conversation. Whether you like it or not, it's not his fault that he does that thing better than a lot of people. It just is what it is. So yeah, that's my take. Dope ass album. Go listen to it. If you're an Eminem, it's good, man. It's good. It's good. If you're an Eminem fan, then it's great. If you're a Slim Shady fan, it's great. It's a really good project.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get into it.
Let's get into the industry tips. All right, guys, this is the industry tips of the week, and I decided to put together the tips revolving around the technology and the tech culture within hip hop. Well, entertainment, not just hip hop, in the entertainment industry. All right, so industry tip number 1, embrace emerging technologies. Stay informed about the latest technologies like AR, VR, AI, blockchain, and streaming services. Experiment with these technologies to understand their potential impact on content creation, distribution, and audience engagement. Leverage data analytics. Use data analytics to gain insights into audience preferences and behavior. This information can guide content creation, marketing strategies, and distribution methods, allowing you to tailor your offerings to meet audience demands efficiently. 3, adapt to new business models. Be open to exploring new business models such as subscription-based services, digital monetization strategies, and collaborations with tech companies. Flexibility in business strategies can help you capitalize on new revenue streams. Focus on digital transformation. Implement digital transformation strategies to enhance operational efficiency and improve the customer experience. This can involve automating processes, utilizing cloud-based solutions, and optimizing digital marketing efforts. 5, collaborate with tech companies. Partner with technology companies to gain access to cutting-edge tools and platforms. Collaborations can provide opportunities for co-development of innovative content and solutions. Stay informed about legal and regulatory changes. Keep abreast of legal and regulatory developments related to technology and intellectual property rights. Understanding the legal landscape is crucial for protecting your content and navigating new technologies. And there you have it, folks. Those are the industry tips of the week. Yo, new tech is developing every single day. It emerges every single day. Learn how to use it to your advantage. The future of this industry is AI, it is VR, it is AR, it is all these things. So you be on top of it. Learn as much as you can. Seek the knowledge. The game is changing. It's already changed, and it's forever changing. Do the knowledge. Go out there and then implicate that. But you're going to make some techie friends, man. Go hang out I'm not going to tell you to go hang out at colleges because some of y'all are weirdos. Maybe walk into a Starbucks. You know what I mean? You might see somebody there. I don't know, man. But seek a circle of partners, of friends, of a network that is integrated within the tech industry, because regardless of what side of the entertainment industry you're on, you're gonna need that. You're gonna need those people. You're gonna need ideas. You're gonna need people who can take what your ideas are and make it into something where, or be able to develop tech for it, or tell you what tech best serves that vision or that goal. And if you're watching Tubi movies, get the fuck off the platform, man. Stop watching that bullshit, man.
Hey, some of them be good, though. Some of them be entertainment.
Not the one you was talking about, apparently.
Well, I'm going to say that the ones where they get the license from other networks. Now, Tubi originals, I ain't really delving into them.
I've seen some crazy Tubi clips.
Yeah, I seen some clips.
If you're creating trash, stop it. and go do the knowledge.
That's the thing about that. Like, that's the last thing I'm gonna say about it. Like, you ever had someone that, or a situation where you have like a business relationship with someone, they felt they wasn't the problem, but all in all, they was the problem, and their ego overclouded it. So that's how that can be misconstrued within certain industries, that they feel like they're doing good, or they're doing this, or they don't want to do this and that.
I mean, we already know number one is just kill the ego, leave the ego at the door, man.
Ego is the enemy.
Ego is the enemy. So it's like there's no room for that. I mean, use it for what you need it for, but ego could cloud your judgment, could cloud your perception. Yo, be great, yo.
Man.
Real quick, go get my book. It's everywhere you could purchase books at. But
Absolutely.
You can hit the link in my bio. House Rules, the House Rules of Survival Guide. Right? Yeah. House Rules. House Rules. Survival tips for getting shit done. There's a link in my bio. You could get it for half off. You could go buy it at Barnes & Noble. You could go buy it at Amazon. You could tune into the House Rules podcast and follow along. And it's a great way to download the information if you don't like reading. If you somebody who doesn't do good with books, this is an audio form of receiving that information. And there's the video on YouTube, so you get the visual aspect as well. So yeah, we working.
So basically, you saying if you can't read, you can hear.
You can't read, you can still get the knowledge, baby. You see, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. We don't play the information. It's
do the knowledge.
Do the knowledge.
What was the name? What was that dude's name?
I can't remember.
He from Onyx, the group Onyx.
Oh, is it Sticky Fingers? It's either Sticky Fingers or
I think it is him. I think it is. But what's his like? It was a different name he go by.
That's some 5% shit though. Do the knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
That's like I grew up hearing that. Do the knowledge.
Yeah, he was yelling at Charlemagne about it.
That might have been Sticky. Sticky is a
knowledge of self. Knowledge of self.
Do the knowledge. Get informed, man. And if you need help, we consultation, man. I hate this industry consultation.
Go to goldprintent.com and just look at the services, look at the projects, the production.
Yeah.
Hit the contact option there, man. We
get you right.
Being authentic in the process, bringing your stories to life while being authentic in the process. That's the company slogan, and that's what we do. So,
man, you gotta pay. You gotta pay for quality. You gotta pay for information sometimes. But the game you get here on the I Hate This Industry podcast is free.
I bid you adieu.
Thank you for tuning into the I Hate This Industry podcast. I am, of course, your humble and handsome host, Steven Almeida, my good brother, the architect of the Gold Print, the genius, the man himself, Darrell Reese Jr.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we see you next time. Peace.